Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the managing director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we are discussing what are you going to do about it? And why are we discussing that phrase? Well, we have been discussing on this channel for some time now the sort of unforeseen consequences and adverse implications of a lot of these non-lockdown, lockdown measures, whatever you want to call them, that have been implemented in Thailand in the last 2 to 3 months. This is especially poignant to me because I've seen a lot of clients and a lot of friends really going through a lot of really hard times. And it's painful to watch. I've done a number of videos talking about, the cost-benefit analysis of all of this. I'm not going to get into all of that in this video, but I thought it was interesting that, and I'm not necessarily bringing this up because I'm like staunchly advocating that this is the way to go. In fact, to those who are watching out there, especially foreign nationals, those who can be found to be in violation of the law here in Thailand, especially in a criminal capacity, you could find yourself subject to deportation. So understand there are consequences, possibly significant, substantial, detrimentally negative consequences to your situation if you violate Thai law associated with, the current situation. But I decided to go ahead and make this video more because, again, actions have consequences. I've talked about this a lot. There needs to be a cost-benefit analysis of the so-called benefits that are associated with having all these restaurants shut down and the cost of doing it as well. And a couple of articles here I thought have brought this home quite well. A recent article from BK Asia City, that's bk.asia-city.com. Article is titled, "Fed Up with Restrictions Without Compensation, Bar and Restaurant Owners Grow Defiant." Quoting directly, "In another attempt to curb skyrocketing COVID-19 cases in the Thai capital, the country has brought back restrictions that include a ban on dine-in at restaurants, limited opening hours for shopping malls, and the closure of construction camps. Some angry bar and restaurant owners don't plan to sit idly this time, claiming little or no support from the government and citing the late night and last minute announcement of restrictions. Restaurant and bar owners are at a tipping point, especially those who own nightlife venues, which have been shut since April and are not likely to reopen anytime soon." Quoting further, "Some are turning to civil disobedience. On Sunday, June 27th, Prapawi Bami Himata, the person behind the Beer Wanderlust blog, announced a plan to challenge the new restrictions dubbed Kuja But Mongjap Tamai Wa, roughly translated to F, and that's for the expletive, F the rules, I will open. The campaign encourages nightlife venues to operate with limited seating and defy the rules altogether." So for those who are interested, again, that's bk.asia-city.com. Article is titled, "Fed Up with Restrictions Without Compensation, Bar and Restaurant Owners Grow Defiant." And then moving over to Bangkok Post, bangkokpost.com, they have also taken note of this, quoting directly, "On Wednesday, General Natapon urged restaurant owners and operators not to join a campaign of civil disobedience being drummed up on social media, which calls on restaurants and eateries to defy the dine-in ban. He said the government is aware of the Gujaput Mongja Tamai, and that's hashtag, and in this version it's "We'll open, what are you going to do about it?" campaign. Quoting further, on her Facebook page, Panika Wanit, spokeswoman for the progressive movement, bemoaned the, quote, unfair law, unquote, being enforced on restaurants and eateries, against which people must mount stiff resistance. She also asked restaurants and eateries to sign up for the campaign. Organizers said on Facebook the campaign will be launched in 3 stages. Stage 1 will see the opening of 10 to 15 participating restaurants and eateries in each Bangkok district where live music will be played, but patrons would be limited to no more than 20. Quoting further, in Stage 2, alcohol will be served with businesses open to close friends and regular customers only. In Stage 3, Restaurants and beer gardens will be set up on roads where protest speeches will be made. The organizers said they have hired lawyers to help defend participating restaurants and eateries in court for breaking the executive decree on security and public health. Again, urge folks to go to Bangkok Post, check out further information on that. The point of this video, we've done a lot of videos on this, and it's been one of the reasons why I've been rather adamant. It's one of the reasons why I've been rather adamant that a different look at these restrictions is probably in order, and it's because there's a commentator who's often on YouTube, and he's with the Trends Research, the Trends Report, a guy named Gerald Salente, and he'll often use the phrase, when people lose everything and have nothing left to lose, they lose it. And he's been quoted as saying that many times. It's almost kind of a catchphrase of his. And that happens. And I'm here to tell you, we've seen a lot of clients who were unable to keep going, and we're also seeing a number of clients right now who are on just the edge. They don't really have much left to lose. And it's another reason why I think these sort of sweeping, draconian shutdowns without a lot of perhaps nuanced thought behind whether or not A, they're actually having a beneficial impact, and B, what is the detrimental impact of these? What's the positive versus what's the negative? Without a lot of analysis of those points, it can lead to these unforeseen consequences where you can have some real tension out there. And, these reports seem to be kind of confirming that logic. My hope is that this all calms down and we don't see this escalate into something that becomes a feedback loop of its own. And my hope is that comes about by all parties taking a reasoned approach to dealing with this further, and hopefully we can pull through this summer without there being any more negative implications for the Thai people and the Thai economy.